2, he is not allowed a run. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by David Cohn and Ken Singleton. First pitch coming your way after the break.
To in part by Buick. Visit tristatebuick.com for great lease offers. By NYU Langone Hart. By Koch Industries. At Koch, we make things that make the world better. And by Infinity. Empower the drive. Visit your tri-state area Infinity retailer for a test drive today. Another sellout crowd expected here at Fenway Park for the middle game of this 3-game set as the Yankees try to bounce back from a very difficult loss last night where they led 6-3 and ended up losing by a score of 9-6, and their bullpen simply did not do the job. But it's a beautiful night. Let's look at the game time weather presented by City MD. Feeling under the weather? Just walk into City MD Urgent Care. It's 79 degrees, not much wind. Humidity is 67%, and the forecast is for clear skies. Now, the Yankees did make news today. A couple of moves. First, they sent down Jordan Montgomery, who pitched okay yesterday, gave up 3 runs in 5 innings. And the reason they sent him down, it's twofold. Number one, they've got to keep his innings count down. They want to stop him at about 180. And the innings that he will have in AAA are a lot less strenuous than the ones up here. And they made room on the roster for CC Sabathia, who came off the DL. Also, David, that means Tanaka is going to start on Tuesday, and that's a good sign for the Yankees because you're worried when he went on the DL.
You were worried, and you need Tanaka to go where you want to go. And down the stretch, it's good that there's probably still about 7 or 8 starts. You figure a major league pitcher gets about 5 to 6 in a month, so you know you do the math, and those are going to be really important starts down the stretch run, much less having somebody like Tanaka available for a potential wild card game.
Now, we also told you when we started about Chapman being demoted. He's going to pitch out of the bullpen in any situation, not necessarily closing games. Red Sox have taken the field, so we'll take a look at tonight's Yankees starting lineup, which is presented by Lexus. You've got Brett Gardner leading off and playing left field. Aaron Hicks in center will bat second. Good numbers against Sale, 7 for 19, including a double. That's 368. Aaron Judge in right field hits third. Cleaning up the catcher, Gary Sanchez, long home run last night's game. Chase Headley at first base bats fifth. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Didi Gregorius. Todd Frazier, the third baseman, bats seventh. The number 8 hitter is the DH Tyler Austin. And Ronald Torreyes will play second base, and he's going to bat ninth.
And here is the best left-handed pitcher in the American League. He is the Clayton Kershaw of this league, and on the year, those numbers speak for themselves. You could just see just dominance across the board, and more impressively, only 31 strikeouts. And let's give you the pitcher scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealer. And those numbers tell a story. And yes, he is the leading Cy Young contender right now. I think it would be a major upset if he doesn't continue on and go ahead and win that award this year. And a 6-time All-Star already. He's really only had 6 full major league seasons. I mean, he broke in as a reliever with the White Sox after being a #1 draft, but that's just remarkable. Since he's been a full-time starter, he's been in every All-Star game, and also the 300 strikeout watch. That's an exclusive club. He's got a chance to join it this year. With the diminished innings that pitchers throw nowadays, particularly starters, that's even more impressive. There's, I think, 30 guys since 1920 in the live ball era, only 30 members of the 300 strikeout club.
Well, Brett Gardner gets first chance at him. Gardner had a good night last night. He picked up 3 hits, also walked in a losing cause for the Yankees. So Gardner's hitting .252 on the season, 19 homers, 51 ribbies. Gardner's ready. Sale is ready. Let's do it here at Fenway. And the first pitch swung on and foul back, and we're underway. Trip Gibson is the home plate umpire. Lance Barksdale at first. Eric Cooper is at second, and the crew chief, Dan Iasonia, is at third base ump.
You know, as well as Sale has pitched this year, he's had some issues with the Yankees. He's pitched 3 times, and the Yankees have won 2 of those games, and they should have won the 3rd one.
Certainly not because he pitched poorly, but
no.
the formula against him, pitch well against him and get to somebody else.
Well, he's pitched 22 2/3 innings against the Yankees this year. He's had 35 strikeouts and 3 walks. That's dominant type pitching, but as Michael said, you got to stay close to him, then to get to somebody in the bullpen.
So 1-2 on Gardner, and the pitch. Good fastball, just missed. Crowd groans, and the count 2-2. Oh. 3-2, and Sale wanted that one.
I think that was a little better than the last one, and didn't quite get it. Trip Gibson looks like he has a tight zone, at least with Gardner up there. Wow.
Popped up left field. Benintendi toward the line, makes the play for the first out. Let's check out the Red Sox defense, which is presented by Geico. We'll start with Benintendi at left, Bradley's in center, and Betts over and right. In the infield, 20-year-old rookie Rafael Devers at third. You've got Bogarts at short, Nunez at second, and Hanley Ramirez, the veteran, over at first. Behind the plate, Sandy Leon, and on the mound, Chris Sale.
Benintendi over near the line. There's not much room in foul territory here at Fenway Park. Crosses the line. You got about a half a step before you get to the wall. Good thing he's left-handed. Didn't have to reach across his body.
Hicks takes inside, 1-0. Hicks 0 for his last 11 since coming up the DL, 9 games, 6 for 37. Some big hits out of those 6. Lost strike.
Another thing about Sale, he's always in the attack mode. He works quickly. And to me, as a hitter, when you have a pitcher, you have to try and slow him down. See Hicks stepping out right there? Just try and make him slow down the pace, get him off his rhythm.
It's a devastating style. His delivery, the way he starts on the third base side of the rubber, and an extreme crossover. He lands way across his body and slings it back to the other side of the plate.
Former #1 draft pick of the Chicago White Sox. He wasn't in the minor leagues very long. I think it was a total like 11 innings.
Two-two. Swing and a miss. Hicks down on strikes.
Well, he could do that too at 98 miles an hour on top of the strike zone, and Hicks actually gets a little piece of that. Fouls it back, but you can see how high it is. It's letter high above the zone.
Here's Aaron Judge. Breaking ball strike. Judge was 1 for 4 last night. Singled and walked. Also continued his strikeout streak, 35 straight games with at least 1 strikeout.
You know, another thing about Sale that makes him very successful, a lot of strikeout pitchers can be wild. That's not his case. He leads in strikeouts per 9, and he leads in fewest walks per 9 innings. So he's always around the plate throwing strikes that are tough to hit.
3 well above average pitches. And when I say up above average, obviously his fastball's above average, his slider's above average, his changeups is above average, but also the command of all 3.
Judge helped him out there by swinging at a bad pitch, 3-1. And this is from a guy who leads the league in walks.
On base percentage of .418. And that just went up as he worked the walk, and Sale didn't like that call.
It's walk number 90 for Aaron Judge. And he gets a lot of walks because pitchers are careful with him. That's in the upper edge of the strike zone. And so far in this inning, if CC Sabathia is sitting on the bench watching this, a lot of close pitches have not been called strikes.
It was Gary Sanchez. He clubbed his 23rd home run of the year last night. Just a long shot over the green monster towards center field. And that tied the game at 3. A big home run at the time. Then the Yankees added 3 more to go up 6-3. But the Red Sox came back with 4 in the bottom half of the inning and ended up winning the game. Yankees start action 5 games behind the Red Sox in the American League East.
And what happened in last night's game, that the Yankees couldn't get the hits with runners in scoring position. The Red Sox did. The Yankees left 14 men on base. They had a lot of chances in last night's game to actually bury the Red Sox and couldn't do it.
Swing and a miss. Sanchez down on strikes. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. Yankees nothing, and the Boston Red Sox coming to bat. By John Farrell, their manager. This will be the lineup that faces CC Sabathia. The second baseman, Eduardo Nunez, leads off. In right field, it's Mookie Betts. Left fielder, Andrew Benintendi, bats third. Cleaning up, first baseman, Hanley Ramirez. Chris Young, the DH, bats in the number 5 hole. Xander Bogaerts will play shortstop. Rafael Devers at third base. Sandy Leon, the catcher, will bat 8th. And batting ninth, Jackie Bradley Jr. Great numbers this season against left-handed pitching.
And CC Sabathia back in action on the mound at Fenway, and on the year, this will be his 20th start. Pretty solid. A 4.05 ERA. That's above average in the American League nowadays for a starter. And 38 against 80 walks to strikeouts. And let's give you a little bit more in our pitcher scouting report, brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. And not done yet. He really thought, even admittedly so, that he might have thrown his last pitch. He was thinking about retirement. He was in that much pain. He's got more to do, and the thing that motivates this guy right now is a playoff push. That's the only thing he wants. His career earnings. It's not about money. It's not about records. It's about getting another ring. And, you know, just in case, you know, we've seen this next on the all-time strikeout list. He's 7 strikeouts away from moving up the ladder and tying Mike Mussina.
And he's 1 strikeout away from tying Mickey Lolich for the most strikeouts by a left-handed pitcher in American League history. Pitches outside to Eduardo Nunez.
Yeah, you mentioned Mike Mussina. Actually, he ties him tonight for the number of starts in the Yankee uniform at 248.
One and one.
You know, it was obvious his previous starts, and before he went on the DL with that inflamed knee, he couldn't get the ball down. And that wasn't CC all year when he was really busting it. He's got the ball down, slider down and in. He couldn't finish pitches.
Bunted toward third base. It kicks foul.
And that was kind of a hint that something was going on there. And you know, he finally got it taken care of. Back on the mound tonight. You know what? I wonder if that bunt by Nunez was a residual of CC coming off the DL with a bad knee.
It's a good try. I mean, I think that's an underutilized weapon in today's game.
Yeah.
Bunting for a hit both ways. The drag bunt, bunting it towards second base or third base.
Well, Nunez has been hot lately anyway. He hadn't been bunting much.
And Nunez down on strikes. So that ties Mickey Lolich for the most strikeouts by a left-hander ever in American League history. And now Meredith has more on CC's brace that he's using.
Well, Michael, he actually went back to the old brace. But Kenny, you mentioned about finishing pitches, and he said that was the biggest issue. He wasn't sure whether or not when he landed he was going to feel pain in that knee. And his first bullpen session was a huge step for him after having the Synvis and cortisone injections, in knowing that when he landed he wasn't going to have any issues. Now, he is going to keep a closer eye. He said he wants to be proactive. Right now he doesn't have any more injections planned this season, but is very aware that he may need to get more injections late in September if that knee starts to flare up again.
And he's also said that he knows that somewhere down the line he's going to have knee replacement surgery. Oh, right back to Sabathia.
I don't know if he caught the ball or the ball caught him.
Early morning wake-up call right here. If you weren't awake, you are now.
Kind of a little bit of a stare at Mookie Betts. And smile. And you can smile about it now.
Just show it up there. Hey, kid, how about a snow cone? Here you go. Take a bite.
There's a rocket off Mookie Betts' bat.
Bunted back to Sabathia, so they are testing the knee.
Oh, CC reacted too.
And CC passed the test. He retires the Red Sox in order 1-2-3. We played 1. Nothing here on Yes. Prime is the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Do you agree with the Yankees' decision to use a closer by committee? Why or why not? And Moorings42 said, yes, play the hot hand until Chapman is right again. These games are too important to worry about feelings. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag #YankeesPreAcePrime. Keep the conversation going. There's an old saying that if you have a closer by committee, you don't have a closer. But in this case, that really doesn't apply because I don't think he's naming a closer because he has two guys that can legitimately close games. He's not playing the matchup where he's bringing in Chase and Shreve to get the lefty and another righty to get the righty. He's going to use Robertson or Betances according to the guys that are coming up and matchup numbers against them. But he can use them on any day, really, because those guys really aren't matchup pitchers.
I agree. And you know my feeling on bullpen usage, Michael. From the 7th inning on, you use your best assets when the game's on the line. So it's nice to have depth.
Yeah, it's something that Terry Francona did last year when they required Andrew Miller. Used him when he thought the need was there.
Very interesting. Yeah. When they called Chapman in to the office today, one of the first things they asked him, are you hurt? And he said no. And Joe said, and I believe him because he's throwing 100 miles an hour. And I asked Joe, well, he was throwing 100 miles an hour. You put him on the DL for a month. He said, but at that time, he said, my biceps hurt. He said, he says he feels great now. It's just very curious, guys, that you throw 101 and you get very few swings and misses.
Well, Joe said, alluded to location. You know, pitches in the middle of the plate. And I think in this day and age with so many relievers that throw so hard, that by the time Chapman comes in the game, these guys are geared up for it. Canely throws 100.
The diminished value,
throws 100. Right? Yeah, I mean, it's something they're used to. So, in other words, you better hit your corners a little bit better and mix your pitches a little bit better.
And Joe contended over and over. He must have said it about 5 times when he went to the media. He said, we will get the real Chapman. He said he will return to the way he was. We really, truly believe that. But you could see the progression, guys, because when Chapman blew the game against the Red Sox on Sunday night, when he was asked, do you think the Yankees should replace you as closer, he was angry about the question. He didn't understand. Of course not. Then when he had the trouble against the Mets, giving up the home run to Rosario, he said, I'll do whatever they want me to do to win. And today he gladly accepted when Joe said, listen, we're going to take you out of that role. So I just think right now he probably needs a mental break more than anything.
You know, it's the first time in his career, 3 games in a row, he's given up at least 2 runs.
Grounded shortly to Devers. And he gets Headley one away. Here's Joe Girardi talking about the decision today.
As a manager and a coaching staff, you have to manage a person too, not just a situation. And these people have feelings, and they have families, and there's a lot that goes into it. So it does make it more difficult. But again, we're going to get him back on track, and we're going to get him, to where he was, and he's going to be really helpful down the stretch. I really believe that.
And he reiterated that several more times during the presser today. Didi Gregorius hits one deep to right field. Going back is Betts, and is going to bounce into the seats for a double.
Over the years with Didi, we've seen how well he has hit left-handed pitching, and this might be one of the best left-handed pitchers he's going to face. And I think for Didi, if you watch his front shoulder, he doesn't give. And anything that was right down the middle, and he tonked it. It's a home run at Yankee Stadium, not so much here at Fenway Park, but it's a ground rule double. But he keeps that front shoulder tucked in there and is quick with the bat. And this was a solid line drive. Mookie Betts, as good as he is in right field, had no chance at this one.
Well, that is the area of Fenway Park where it has the quirks. If you pull it a little more, you got pesky pole, and it shortens up quite a bit. But right where he hit it is very deep compared to any other right field part of any other major league stadium. 380 right there on the bullpen gate.
Look out.
Todd Frazier gets plunked. So his former teammate, how's that for a how do you do? And Frazier's feeling it, hunched over right now, and Steve Donahue and Joe Girardi out quickly.
Did that get him on the knee, David? I think that. He's still hobbling. It's going to take a little while to shake this off. Yeah, it was a breaking ball. Ooh, it just at the, it looked like the base of the calf on the near the shin.
Speaking of getting hit by a baseball, Tony Pena, the Yankees first base coach, showed me today there was a rocket shot into the Yankee dugout, and it hit Pena, and it hit him in two spots, right on the side of his chest, and then that ricocheted onto his bicep, and he had huge black and blues on both sides.
I saw it, yeah.
It was amazing that it would hit in two spots and get him in both spots, but he didn't rub. And he was joking with one of the riders. He said they would have to take you to the hospital if it hit you.
You know, one thing about that, sitting right behind him was the hitting coach, Alan Cockrell. And Cockrell didn't see it. If Tony had moved, it would have hit Cockrell in the head because he was sitting on the bench. Tony was standing at the time. Now he might have to score from first on the double. Let's see.
So Sale and Frazier, who were teammates with the White Sox, plunks Frazier with the breaking ball. First and second now. One man out. Tyler Austin coming up.
This is the sixth batter that Sale has hit this year.
You know, Sale's funky delivery, and David mentioned he's on the third base side of the rubber, then steps to the first base side, throws across his body. You don't teach that, David, and that was one of the fears when he was getting drafted, that he would not last.
Yeah, they were wrong. He's lasting. There's nobody like him. It's such a unique style. It serves him well.
Yeah, Florida Gulf Coast University. I think that's down in Fort Myers.
Yeah, from Lakeland, Florida. Went to Lakeland High School.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to change somebody. You know, you could talk about mechanics. Hey, you're not supposed to do it that way. Sometimes you just got to let them go. And in this case, you know, Sale's kind of defiant anyway. And he just said, I'm going to throw the ball the way I want to.
High drive, left field. That ball is gone. See ya. A 3-run home run for Tyler Austin. And the Yankees jump ahead 3-0.
I was talking about Frazier scoring from first. He could take his time, though, on that shot by Tyler. Impressive home run. Well over the monster and left.
A lifetime memory for Tyler Austin right there. He got a brand name. Big 3-run shot over the monster.
A strike two to Reyes.
Sometimes a hit batter will screw you up a little bit, and you see Chris Sale missed his location. Tyler Austin just was ready for it.
Anytime you got the fans turning and looking, they're warning the traffic beyond Fenway Park.
Comes back to strike out to Reyes for the second out. So a big home run for the Yankees to get them on the board against a guy who right now is the favorite to win the Cy Young Award in this league.
Second home run of the year for Tyler Austin.
Inside the Garden. So that home run jumped his ERA from 2.51 to 2.65. This guy has been consistent against the Yankees. This year, his ERA against the Yankees is 1.19. Lifetime coming into this game, his ERA against the Yankees 1.18. The lowest of any pitcher with 10 or more starts since 1913. Any pitcher. So that's how good he's been, and the Yankees put a 3 spot on the board. Grabbed there by Devers, and he cannot get Gardner a base hit.
Good play by the young third baseman. But we know how well Brett Gardner can run. Devers made a strong throw from was his knees or sitting on the ground. Impressive play at third, but here's the hustle. And watch this last step. Quick step across the bag for the infield single.
Looked like Gardner was starting to round the bag a little bit going down and had to kick it in gear. He almost veered off in the grass.
You know, Michael, those are impressive numbers for Sale against the Yankees. He still hasn't beaten the Yankees this year.
Amazing. Ground ball in the hole. This one an easy play for Devers. He goes the short way, and that will do it. But the Yankees get 3 runs on 3 hits. The one big hit off the bat of Tyler Austin. He crushed it. A 3-run blast. And the Yankees are up 3-0. Left, Hicks in center, and Judge over and right. Infield, Frazier, Gregorius, Torreyes, and Headley. That's third to first. Sanchez behind the plate. And Karsten Charles Sabathia is on the mound. Well, they tested CC's defense out in the first inning. A line drive back to the mound from Betts. He made the catch. And then Benintendi tried to bunt. And he got Benintendi and wasn't happy about it. Now, it might seem like dirty pool, but if Sabathia's knee is bothering him, he's out on the mound. I guess that's fair game for the Red Sox. One guy, that was Nunez, showed bunt, and the other guy did bunt, and that's probably in their game plan.
I don't think Ramirez is up there to bunt, even when they're down 3-0.
One of the great questions I always had in this rivalry, why in 2004 the Yankees didn't bunt on Curt Schilling in the playoff series. Ground ball to Torreyes. He had a sock soaked with blood. Obviously there was something wrong with his foot, ankle area, and they never bunted once. Well,
you're preaching to the choir here. I mean, bunting bothered me when I pitch, especially hitters that knew how to bunt for hits, not sacrifice bunts. I welcome the out on a sacrifice bunt, but the last hitter I faced that drove me nuts was Brett Butler, and he used to get 20 to 25 bunt hits a year. That's how he batted 300. Go back before him, go to Rod Carew.
Not everybody could bunt like those guys, though.
They worked on it.
You know, they always said if Rod Carew had an 0 for 6 working, there's a bunt coming soon.
It's not just, you know, the basic bunt down to third base, the old drag bunt. Pull it towards second base. Get it by the pitcher.
There's a strike to Young, 1-1.
This is Young's 18th start as the designated hitter. He's made 30 starts in left field. He was with the Yankees he played, but he played some center field with the Yankees, if I remember correctly.
Well, they did platoon Young and Benintendi in left for a while, and now it just doesn't make sense. Benintendi's such a good player, can hit lefties and righties. And there's a rather large hole in DH this year for the Red Sox. Swing and a miss. So that moves Sabathia ahead of Lolich, and that means he's had more strikeouts by any lefty in American League history.
You think of all the lefties who have taken the man to the American League, some very good ones. Went upstairs, passed him. Put that one in the easy pass lane.
Yeah, when you include righties, he's sitting at number 20, which is impressive. But when you think about the most prolific left-handed strikeout artist of all time, it's a pretty easy list, and he's now number 3 on that list. And you think about Randy Johnson and Steve Carlton, and then you got CeCe.
Chop to third, Frazier, and gets Bogarts, and CeCe has worked another 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the third. 3-0 Yanks. One PS4, iOS, and Android. Enjoy fast-paced pick-up-and-play MLB action, packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and much more. Your breakout MLB season is here. You better come ready to play. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Sabathia, 7 pitches in the first inning, 9 pitches in the second inning. He leads 3-0 as we go to the third. Aaron, Judge leads off, and a high fly ball to right field. Betts puts it away for the first out.
Sanchez in that strikeout on the first. Chris Sale about 99 miles an hour, up and in. Starts him off with a changeup this time.
Yeah. You start helping him by swinging at pitches out of the strike zone. You're just getting closer and closer to your own dugout.
Ground ball, and off the glove of Bogarts. Boy, he was going after that in such a nonchalant way, and Sanchez reaches.
I believe that's got to be an E6.
Maybe the shift. Maybe a little uncertain. You know, we've seen this a few times with the shift, and maybe thinking Nunez was coming. But you're right, Michael. Off the bat, kind of thought, wow, he's not really going after that. Either he thought he was easily going to get there, or he was caught in between.
You know what that reminded me of? The play that was against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And Gary Sanchez. It was an important play. The Yankees tied the game, and then, by the way, they called that a hit.
You know, I was thinking about it as I watched it again. Now I'm gonna have to get the whiteout out. It's like he played it into a hit.
Yep.
If you understand what I mean. You know, as a hitter though, you'll take him any way you can get him. Italy had a good night here last night. You reached base 4 times, scored a couple. Had a double. He's had some good swings. The first time up and grounded third, hit the ball fairly hard. Fought off some tough fastballs from Sale, fouled them off. He's as locked in as any Yankee hitter, maybe with the exception of Sanchez. Not the power of Gary Sanchez, but he's been locked in for quite a while here, about a month or so.
Hit sharply to short. There's one, and there's two. So a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. No runs a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-0 Yanks. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Boston Market. Get a whole rotisserie chicken for $1.99 when you buy any family meal. By City MD. When you need a doctor, just walk into City MD Urgent Care. And by Honda. Hurry into the Honda Celebration Sales Event today. Beautiful night here in Boston, but not beautiful for Ken Singleton because he had to take out the whiteout again and recorrect the correction because they've changed Sanchez's hit into an E6 is what Kenny thought originally.
Well,
they're out to get you, Kenny.
Well, I'd say it's not so much that. It's just that, you know, when you doubt yourself, sometimes you're wrong.
Pitch to Devers. Is a strike.
On the scoreboard, they haven't gotten word yet, but we heard it over the PA system up here in the booth.
Well, in the scoreboard, they have to lug a number 1 and slip it into that slot. It's not any. There it is. They're doing it right now. There it is.
And I got to take that 4 down and put 3 back.
There's the 4.
There you go.
4 gone.
That's 4. That's it right there. That's the genesis of Hawk Harrelson's call. You can put it on the board. You gotta put it on the board. You can't push a button.
This guy Devers has been a revelation since he's come up. Last 7 games, 6 extra base hits. Turns on anybody's fastball.
Good pitch.
You like that?
Well, here's home runs against the Yankees in back-to-back games at the age 20 or younger. So Devers joins Griffey, Ted Williams, and Babe Ruth.
All right.
Swing and a miss. Sabathia dealing.
The kid did it twice.
Got worked over.
Worked over.
Pushed off on the previous pitch and then walked the dog. That's how you do it right there. That's why he's the number 20 on the strikeout list right there. Sabathia knows what he's doing when he's right and healthy. He knows what to do with the baseball.
You say work him off, move him off the plate, you know, make him feel uncomfortable, then go away from it.
It was good to see Sabathia with a little edge in this start too. On the first 2 bunts, they tried to bunt on him and kind of woke him up. The line drive back at him. Definitely, he's got his edge back from the last time he walked off of a mound, wondering if he could ever pitch anymore, thinking about retirement. To right back in the fire tonight.
2-1 on Leon. Two and two.
Oh, he's featuring everything too. Nice sweeping breaking ball, change up, high fastball. Tried the backdoor breaking ball there, just missed. Left-handed hitter on deck.
Lined right at Torreyes. 2 outs. And that brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. And we tell you every time this matchup happens, CeCe is not enthralled with Jackie Bradley Jr. for some reason. Through the years, he's barked at him, just doesn't seem happy with him. Never been able to find out why, but he really goes at him.
Doesn't take much for a pitcher not to like a hitter, or vice versa.
It works both ways, believe me.
That one is looped in the left field. Now I can see. That's Bradley, the first base hit.
And he likes him even less. Yeah.
Well, Jackie Bradley Jr. made his debut against Sabathia at Yankee Stadium, and they had a couple of really long at-bats, and Jackie Bradley Jr. back then was reluctant to swing the bat, and he worked a walk off of Sabathia in a long, hard-fought bat. Kind of started way back then. Swing the bat, see? Swing the bat. Right?
Grounded over the Red Sox dugout, so no love lost there. And Bradley picks up the first hit against Sabathia tonight. On full disclosure, we have to edit that highlight reel down because if you can read lips, Sabathia's language toward Bradley is a bit salty.
Did Nunez try and bunt his first time up?
He squared. Yeah, he showed.
All right, that first pitch to him was a little salty too.
One and two. Nunez is going to be a free agent at the end of the year. A lot of teams need third baseman. And that's a position that he certainly can play. And he's developed into a really good hitter. He's going to have some options. Humpback, one hopper to Torres. And that will do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left. 3 in the books. Yankees lead this one 3-0. Red Sox, you've got to talk the great Babe Ruth. With the Red Sox, just an extraordinary pitcher, 89 and 46, 2.19. Also hit 308, 49 homers, 224 ribbies. Then Red Sox sold Babe to the Yankees for $25 grand the day after Christmas 1919. What a gift for the Yankees and their franchise. He had 349 with the Yankees, 659 home runs, and he also started 4 games, pitched in 5 of them, and was 5-0. But an over 5 ERA, so he lost it a little bit on the mound, David.
Well, it just goes to show you, right? You want to be a home run king or the strikeout king, and what's more important? I think we'll play you every day, right, Kenny?
There's another base hit for Gregorius against a tough lefty. And Gregorius makes the turn. Betts will get the ball in. Audi scoreboard 3-0 Yankees over the Red Sox.
Starting pitching is very important. You can't win without it, but so are everyday home run hitters. You put somebody in right field, it's going to bang out 60 home runs a year. That's probably a little bit more important.
Well, I've been informed by the truck that in today's dollars, it'd be about $325,000. That's what the Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees for, which kind of pocket change.
And until they won the World Series in 2004, it was called the Curse of the Bambino. They had not won since he was sold to the Yankees.
It makes you wonder if Babe Ruth would have hit all that many home runs playing here at Fenway Park over the years. I mean, it's drastically different in right field here than it is at Yankee Stadium. In fact, the house that Ruth built, they built a short porch for him. And of course, Lou Gehrig came along, and they were a great 1-2 punch. Both left-handed hitters.
Swing and a miss. Frazier down on strikes. That's 96 miles an hour on the Fast Pitch Speed Analytics, brought to you by Fios.
It's kind of like the old debate, Kenny. I mean, you bring up a great point. DiMaggio or Ted Williams. The infamous talked about trade that never happened.
There's Tyler Austin. Hit one over the monster seats onto Lansdowne Street for a 3-run home run in the second inning. Let's take a look.
Pitcher was up and in, and he was ready for it.
109 miles an hour off the bat, 435 feet away. An absolute blast.
You know, one thing about Austin, too, he had great power to the opposite field. Last year, hit most of his home runs to right and right center, which plays well at Yankee Stadium.
High fly ball, deep center. Going back, Bradley on the track at the wall, leaps, and he makes the catch. Hustling back to first is Gregorius. What a play by Jackie Bradley Jr.
Well, that's a great catch, but I'd say it's his second best catch against the Yankees this year.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's so hard to time. Do you have enough room or not? That is every inch that he needed. Otherwise, you're turning around playing that off the wall or it's over.
You know, you can't get too close to the wall because the wall will actually block your leap. And he timed that perfectly, was just far enough away so his body could go up and make the play.
Torreyes rifles one down the left field line, but foul. Gregorius was going on the pitch.
Here's another look. This ball's hit well. The fans in the bleachers would tell you they're expecting to get a baseball, but it's Jackie Bradley who comes away with it. And then uncorks a heck of a throw back to first base. Oh, I better back up.
It was 400 feet away, 106 miles an hour off the bat. Tyler Austin, Jackie Bradley up against the garage door out there, 400 feet away, makes that play.
0-2 on Torreyes.
A year ago today, Ronald Torreyes in Anaheim went 4 for 4 and hit his first major league home run. Hit it off Jared Weaver. Jared Weaver retired this week. This year, Torreyes has hit 3 more.
Fly ball, left center, drifting over is Bradley, and he makes the play for the final out of the inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left. Bradley's robbed Aaron Judge of a home run earlier, and now Austin of an extra base hit tonight. Take a look on a Sunday night earlier this year. Aaron Judge looks like he's going to get another home run. Jackie Bradley had other ideas. Teammates loved it. Why wouldn't they? And he gets a high five from his teammate Mookie Betts. Go to the bottom of the fourth. And Betts leads off and takes a strike.
Tyler Austin's got 835 feet and 2 swings tonight. But 1 3-run home run only.
Audi scoreboard 3-0 Yanks on the Tyler Austin 3-run home run. Foul back. Take a look at the Jeep hitter scatter report on Mookie Betts.
Well, he's been hot lately, especially with runners on base. 33 runs batted in last 38 games. He leads the American League, hitting .390 with runners in scoring position. And last year, he was the MVP runner-up to Mike Trout.
Strike 3. Betts down looking. 4th strikeout for Sabathia.
Razor blade, backdoor slider, darting, no doubt about it. Locking up Betts. That's as good as it gets from Sabathia, and that's a great shot on Yes Mo, brought to you by our Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer.
Yeah, a right-handed hitter has a tendency to give up on that pitch thinking it's going to be outside, but it darts over the corner for call strike 3.
Here's Benintendi, who tried to bunt on Sabathia in the first inning. Starts him off with a pitch outside. 1-0. One and one.
Several of the Red Sox were out taking early batting practices today. Chili Davis, the hitting coach, was throwing, and Benintendi was one of them. Here's Chili. Last 2 years of his career spent with the Yankees.
Fly ball left field. Gardner puts it away for the second out.
Hit his last home run in the big leagues with the Yankees. It was a nice round number, his 350th.
He was throwing?
No, yeah, he was throwing BP. Yeah.
That's why he was a DH. He could never throw.
Well, he could hit, though.
He definitely could hit. The best switch hitters of all time. One of the great students of the game, too. Great clubhouse conversations over the years with him.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. Missed inside. 1-0.
Loving this pitch count from CC Sabathia right here. Just number 42 on the way. 2 outs here in the 4th.
Popped up. Gregorius will make the play, and the Red Sox go down in order in 4 innings. He's just faced 1 batter over the limit. Just 1 hit by Bradley. Yankees lead 3-0. And for the O's as well. The Twins and the Angels now essentially tied for the 2nd wild card. The Royals and the Mariners both a half game out. Rangers a game and a half. Orioles and the Rays, or the Orioles 2, the Rays 3, and the Blue Jays 3.5. Wow. Should be a fun last month and a half. Here's Brett Gardner against Chris Sale, and there's a strike to start the 5th. GMC scoreboard 3-0 Yankees. Battle of lefty starters, Sale and Sabathia.
Gardner had another multi-hit game last night. It was his 29th. And I was looking up the league leaders. Jose Altuve has 50 of them.
That one's chopped to Devers. Boy, he takes his time. I think he read Rob Manfred's name on the ball before he threw it.
But Altuve's not leading the big leagues. It's Charlie Blackmon having a great year with the Rockies. 53 multi-hit games. Here's what Michael's talking about. Yep, he did read it.
Manfred will tell you one of the coolest things about being a commissioner is having your name on the ball. Here's Hicks. And there's a strike. Hicks is 0 for 2 against Sale.
Yeah, that kind of move, that move by Devers reminded me of when A-Rod would lay out, catch a ball at third. You know, his bare hand would go in the dirt. He'd wipe his hand off before throwing the ball to first base. That was a signature move by A-Rod at third.
One and one on Hicks. High fly ball left center. Bradley turns and will play it off the wall. And Benintendi actually gets the carry and fires into third, so it's a double for Hicks.
Well, you had mentioned it. Hicks has swung the bat pretty well against Sale over the years. And you notice how the Red Sox played that ball off the wall. One of them went for the ball and the other backed up off the wall. And this is what a left fielder has to do here at Fenway Park. If the center fielder thinks he can catch it, the left fielder has to be there for the carom. And Benintendi was right on the spot, got the ball back in. And it's a double for Hicks. Sometimes the visitors get confused and balls flopping around out there and somebody's got a triple.
Here's Aaron Judge. Aaron's 0 for 1 with a walk. 1-0.
That is Fenway Park at its essence there, that Hicks double. At about 367 feet, a fly ball. Gives you an idea, Michael, that's pretty deep in the gap, too. The monster.
There's a strike to Judge, 2-1.
I was going to ask you, David, did you like pitching here?
I did. I loved pitching at Fenway.
Did you have to change your style here as opposed to other ballparks?
Not at all. No, you didn't even think about it. Even though that wall does have a heartbeat every now and then, you could hear it thumping when you get in a jam.
2-2.
It's 1975 World Series. I was 12 years old, copying Louis Tiant in the backyard, playing wiffle ball at Conway Park.
That's one of the greatest World Series ever.
Swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes. And Hicks takes off and goes to third. They were trying to get him, and the ball got away.
See, after the strikeout, kind of sneaky, you know, Leon fooled everybody. He just kind of stood up and said, okay, let me go ahead and wing it down there. Nobody was ready for it, including his fielders.
Well, Nunez had to reach across Hicks to try and get the ball, and Hicks kind of blocked him. He has every right to go for the bag.
So that'll be an E2.
It wasn't a set play. It was kind of an afterthought from Leon.
Sanchez takes inside. Well, that is now 36 consecutive games with a strikeout for Judge, making him the holder of the longest single season streak by any player, including pitchers in Major League Baseball history.
Hicks is dancing, right, Kenny?
Yeah, he did the previous pitch. Sale's working from the windup. I don't know if I think about stealing home with Gary Sanchez at the plate, though. You got to let him hit.
Didn't Jacoby Ellsbury steal home on a 3-2 pitch? I know there was 2 strikes for sure, and everybody looked at him like he made it, and you figure, well, it was a good play, but it wasn't a good play because the batter swung.
He stole it home here against Andy Pettit, and he stole at Yankee Stadium.
Gardner was at the plate when it happened, and Gardner was shocked and took the pitch, which was low. Two and 2 on Sanchez. Yankees lead 3-0. We're in the 5th. All 3 runs on one swing. Tyler Austin, 435-foot, 3-run home run in the second. Three and 2.
Here he comes. It's Ellsbury.
It was high, not low, but it was a stolen base. Foul back.
With the changeup, 3-2.
No one ever stole home against you, right, Dave?
No, but I would balk. So I get it. You know, I mean, it's not just about stealing home. It's about trying to irritate that guy and maybe make him hang a pitch, or especially working from the windup. It could be distracting.
And the 3-2. Right back to Sale. And he flips to Ramirez, and that will do it. No runs a hit, one error, one man left at the end of 4.5. Halfway through, Yankees up 3-0.
Brought to you by Montefiore, doing more in state-of-the-art healthcare. 3 Yankees continue to rehab in the minors. Greg Bird, Starlin Castro, and Matt Holliday. Bird had a monster night for the Rail Riders yesterday, blasting 2 home runs. Joe Girardi was asked today whether or not you could see Bird tomorrow in this series, and he said, "No, I don't think so. That's a little bit too early." In fact, he said he's not even sure you're going to see him in the Detroit series. He said you have to remember with Greg Bird, he really hasn't played this season. He doesn't have a lot of at-bats under his belt, so they want to make sure that he is good to go prior to bringing him up. And guys, also noteworthy, Masahiro Tanaka scheduled to get the ball Tuesday in Detroit. He doesn't need a rehab assignment. They are just going to activate him off the DL.
Now Bird 2 for 3 tonight, so that gives him 6 hits in his rehab assignment, so he matches the amount of hits that he had with the Yankees in April. He was 6 for 60. GMC scoreboard 3-0 Yankees over Boston. Chris Young will start it off against CC Sabathia. First pitch grounded to third. Backhanded by Frazier. He sets and fires. 1 pitch, 1 out. Sabathia very economical tonight.
Yeah, David, with all these metrics, one of the things they talk about is soft contact. And CC is high up on that list of hitters have trouble squaring up against him and getting the barrel of the bat to the ball. There's also one other thing of note against CC, with CC. Whenever the third baseman ends up with the ball, they throw the ball around the diamond. He has to flip it to CC because CC always catches the ball barehanded from the third baseman. And that's something that Todd Frazier had to learn. You can't just whip it back to him.
There's a strike. What a boost for the Yankees this would be if this is the CC they get for the rest of the year.
And if Tanaka can, pitch more Tanaka-like starting Tuesday.
Well, reinforcements on the way. Castro, as Meredith just told you, Holliday, Bird at some point, Tanaka on Tuesday, Sabathia tonight. Getting closer to your full complement of players. Two, 1, 3-1.
It's almost like making an August trade at this point. You know, you get all these guys back you haven't seen in a while.
Oh, strike. Bogart tried to sell that as ball 4. Going to pitch cast, it was a strike. Right on the border. 3-2. That's ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Sabathia. Here's Rafael Devers. And a strike.
Saw Sabathia last time against the young phenom Devers. Really work him over, push him off the plate inside, and then sliders away. Just a clinic on how to do it.
I wonder with Devers' inexperience, did he even realize it was happening?
The first thing you want to find out, lefty on lefty, Sabathia is finding out, is how much he's going to chase. You saw there's a little tester there, a slider off the plate to test his aggressiveness.
One and two.
93 with that heater.
Back and forth. Unpredictable. Fastball, slider, fastball, slider. Got a little bit into Devers' head right now.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Man on first. Yankees lead 3-0. Bottom of the 5th. 2-2. Devers hits one over the head of Torreyes for a base hit. Bogarts is going to third. The throw not in time. First and third for the Red Sox with 1 man out.
It's kind of a cue shot off the end of the bat. Yep, right off the end, reaches out, gets just enough of it to get it over the head of Torreyes. And for a second there, it didn't look like Bogarts was thinking about third base, but then he turned it on. And the Red Sox have men on the corners with 1 down.
Notice the throw from Judge. Excellent throw, but it's head high on the cutoff man that holds the runner at first. So Devers had to hold instead of taking second base there.
You keep the double play in order that way. Right off the end of the bat, he's lucky that bat didn't break.
Well, Sandy Leon who fouls one back. Last 3 games, the Red Sox 16 for 30 with runners in scoring position. They get the call on the outside corner, 0-2 on Leon.
Sabathia's been all over the corner with this backdoor slider, so when you have good control and you're throwing it there all night, you're going to get the benefit on those borderline calls. That was borderline at best.
Foul back.
Whereas a pitcher, you kind of get greedy here. You're up 0-2. Boy, you want to go for the strikeout. Ideally, you'd want him to hit it to Didi for a 6-4-3, but now with 0-2, you might take a shot.
Just got a piece. .58 pitches for CC here in the 5th inning.
A left-handed hitter, Jackie Bradley coming up next, but he has one of the 2 hits tonight for the Red Sox, and has been hitting left-handers better than right-handers this year.
Let's see if Sabathia takes a shot inside with that fastball cutter.
Tap slowly to second. They have one play. They make it at first. Run scores. Moving to second, Devers RBI for Leon. Red Sox are on the board. Yankees are up 3-1.
Goes to the changeup instead, and it's a pretty good one. Fading down and away, and Leon with just an emergency hack and a chopper with ultra soft contact with no chance for a turn. The value of any contact at all there creates an RBI.
So 2 outs. Runner in scoring position, second base. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. And there's a strike. Missed inside, 1-1.
And Jackie Bradley Jr. hitting .255 coming into tonight, but now over .320 against lefties this year.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Plenty of fastball tonight from Sabathia.
Yeah.
Several 93-mile-an-hour fastballs and well located on the inside corner. You can see Bradley sitting slider, and he is beat by a mile on that way late. Not expecting that kind of velocity.
Ground ball through for a base hit. Devers rounds third. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Gardner, and Devers is safe. Moving to second on the throw, Bradley, and the Yankee lead is down to 1 run. They're up 3-2.
Well, Bradley continues to hit lefties better than right-handers. He sneaks this one through the hole into left field.
Didn't get that one in. Tried to double up on the fastball in, and that one drifted out over the plate. Bradley got just enough of it.
And of course, the left fielders play relatively close here at Fenway Park. The race is on, and Devers with the headlong slide to the first base side of home plate, and he's in there.
Little bit offline too from Gardner. Normally really accurate. Accurate throw right on the plate would have been interesting.
So now the tying run is in scoring position, and Eduardo Nunez at the plate. 0 for 2 tonight. Sabathia deals. 1-0. And Sanchez wants to talk with CeCe. Up to now, he's been efficient. This a 22-pitch fifth inning.
The Red Sox bunching their hits together in this inning, and not all of them hard hit, but well placed.
Grounded to third. Across the diamond, the stretch by Headley. They retire Nunez. But the Red Sox are on the board. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 man left. Let's go to the 6th. 3-2 Yanks. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Our good friend Curtis Granderson. Mets traded him last night to the Dodgers, so he goes to the team that's the best team in baseball at this moment. Max Scherzer placed on the 10-day DL with neck inflammation. He's had some problem with that neck this year. Manny Machado last night, 3 home runs, 7 ribbies, and that was against the Angels, including a walk-off grand slam. The Angels lead the Orioles 5-1 right now in the 4th.
Dodgers won again today.
So now it's 3-2 as we head to the 6th, and here's Chase Headley. And a strike. One and 1. Headley's 0 for 2 tonight. Since June 1st, a .314 hitter. And a nice play by Betts on the run.
Yeah,
Got a good jump.
Yeah, now 0 for 3, but he's hit the ball hard 3 times. And sometimes you look at the way the hitters are making outs, and that can tell you how they're swinging the bat, how they're seeing the ball. This is a line drive to right field. Good play by Mookie Betts. The double play that Headley hit into in the 3rd inning, hit that hard to Bogarts, and the first time up he grounded hard to 3rd. So he's, as they say, as I've heard Michael say many times, nothing to show for it.
Here's Didi. He's 2 for 2, and the pitch is low, trickles away, count 1-0.
Some tremendous outfield defense here between Betts and Bradley. I can't think of a better combination anywhere. And there's a lot of ground to cover here, and they cover it.
Benintendi's no slouch either.
1-1.
few times this year Benintendi's played center field.
One of the reasons, Kenny, that I was drawn to some of the analytics and sabermetrics is defense is so much more. It's getting its just due now. You know, the saving runs, base running is getting its just due. Things that don't show up in the box score.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mookie Betts has saved more runs than any outfielder this year.
Swing and a miss. They finally get Gregorius.
Setting up on the outside corner. And that's right where it was.
6 strikeouts, all swinging.
You know, Casey Stengel, the Hall of Famer, used to say, I don't like those ball players who drive in 2 and let in 3. He would be into sabermetrics.
He also managed the 62 Mets, so he got a chance to see a lot of that. Yeah.
There's not a lot of letting in 3 out there in this Boston outfield.
I think the 62 Mets are the only team to finish last in hitting, fielding, and pitching in a single season. That was before all the metrics and everything that probably would have buried them even deeper.
Still 1-2 on Todd Frazier. Frazier hit by a pitch in the second, came around to score on Tyler Austin's 3-run home run. And then Frazier struck out in the 4th. We're in the 6th. Yankees had a 3-0 lead. It's now 3-2. High fly ball left field. Benintendi back on the track, turning, looking, see ya, into the seats. A monster home run. Not long, just a monster home run by Todd Frazier, and it's 4-2 Yanks.
Well, Frazier hit one here last night. It was his 20th. This is number 21. Last night, the 4th consecutive year he's hit at least 20 home runs. And he's one of the most productive home run hitting third basemen in the game.
Slider ends up over the heart of the plate and down, and Frazier knows. Just get it up in the air.
Hit me in the leg, will you?
Payback.
Tyler Austin takes low. Long 3-run home run, then drove Bradley to the wall for an out.
I don't think Frazier or Sale knew whether he got enough. He did.
360 feet away. 97.1 miles an hour off the bat from Todd Frazier. And that is, you're right, Michael, that's a monster home run.
That is really a can of corn at Yankee Stadium. You're not even near the warning track.
You're not even getting excited.
Yeah. So being very careful with Tyler Austin.
Can extrapolate that out a little further for you, Michael. The hit probability on that swing, all the things surrounding it, it's 22%.
Ground ball, they had him played perfectly. Ramirez there, goes to the bag, and that will do it. But the Yankees get a run back on the Todd Frazier green monster home run. Just settled into the first row of seats over the high green wall. Home run number 21. And for the Yankees, it gives them a 4-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Schedule brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the Yankees. Tomorrow, the series ends in Boston, 1:35 start. 12:35 we come on the air on Yes. Then Monday's an off day. 3 games in Detroit. And then the Yankees come home, and they'll start a long homestand with 3 games against Seattle. So there you have it. One more game here in Boston. Yankees are hoping that's the rubber game of this 3-game set. 0-1 on Betts. Foul back, 0-2. And there's some action in the Yankee bullpen. CC at 67 pitches. And the pitch. High. Adam Warren's up. Chopped slowly to third. Foul ball.
You're just watching Todd Frazier in batting practice here the last couple of days, Kenny. He's dangerous in this ballpark because he gets lift. You know, if he gets a pitch, he gets it up in the air.
Yeah.
And that's so important here, as we just saw with that home run.
We were talking before last night's game. He says he did, you know, being in the Central Division with the White Sox all those years and over in the National League with Cincinnati, didn't get to play here at Fenway Park all that often. But now stays with the Yankees any number of years. He's going to be here at least 3 series a year.
Grounded foul.
The type of swing he has, he's a really good low ball hitter. He gets lift. Nice little answer back home run there, you know, after the Red Sox scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th.
I'm thinking more like he was hit by a pitch and hit a home run.
That too.
Now, if the Yankee fans remember, in Cleveland, I think it was Trevor Bauer brushed him back, and he hit a home run during that at bat. I want to leave him alone.
Yes.
Nice play by Butterfield. Lined into center field. It's a base hit. Cutting over is Hicks. Cuts the ball off in the gap. Going for 2 is Betts. He'll make it.
Well, we told you Mookie Betts been one of the hottest hitters in the league. And that's over not just this year, but last year as well. That pitch is centered. And that's one of those ones you kind of expect to be hit hard. And he hits a solid line drive. Hicks cuts it off, but Betts has good speed. And it's going to turn into a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 6th. Hicks has a good arm. Betts is aware of that. Headlong dive into second with a double. 2-base hit.
The base running part of Mookie Betts' all-around game.
Here's Benintendi, 0 for 2. And he bunts foul. Second time. He tried to bunt. He bunted back to Sabathia in the first, and this time a foul bunt.
You know, maybe he doesn't feel comfortable against Sabathia. He's just trying to make sure he can get Mookie Betts over to third base.
If I'm on the mound right now, I'm like, do it again. Go ahead. Square it up. Give yourself up. I'll take that out.
One and one.
Especially in today's game, Michael, you know, your starting pitchers are limited in their pitch count, the innings. The days of throwing 150 pitches are over, or pitchers throwing complete games. If you're going to save me 5, 6, 7 pitches and give me an out, thank you.
Popped up. Shallow left, going to be a tough play, and here comes Gardner to make that play.
That's one of the benefits of the monster out there for a left fielder. You can come in and catch those short little bloopers. On that particular play, Didi Gregorius was trying to hold Betts close at second, so he couldn't get that far into the outfield. Of course, Gardner has good speed. The wall is close, and he's able to make the play. You can see where Didi's lined up behind Betts. He has to go a little bit further than normal, and here comes Gardner backing off and makes the play. So the runner is not advanced.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. Want to know?
Might want to give Mookie a second look.
He did.
On second base, just in case here, because he would have ideas on taking off and getting a third with one out here.
Let's see where Torreyes is. He's just a couple of steps trying to hold it close.
For a pitcher on the mound, it's about just make him stop. Make him stop his feet. Don't let him get a walking lead.
Not only that, you could see Torreyes is pounding his glove. He's trying to make some noise, draw some attention. I've seen second baseman gather up a little dirt and flip it towards the runner.
From the base runner's perspective, create the distraction for the pitcher. He might hang one.
Line drive caught by Frazier. 2 away.
Well, I guess you call this evening out for Sabathia tonight. Frazier, outstanding reaction. That was a bullet. Off the bat, watch Frazier. That is quick. High concentration, ready to move right off the bat. That's how you play the hot corner right there. I guess Sabathia, if I were him, I'd say that makes it even because he's given up some soft hits tonight as well.
You know, usually when CC's on the mound, third baseman and shortstop's going to have a busy night. Sometimes get a little warm down there. Nice play.
What Gene Stick Michael talked about, high concentration players. You know, and you don't make reactions that quick unless you were totally into it, anticipating that flow of the game.
Here's Chris Young. Popped up. Headley toward the dugout, makes the play to end the inning. So the leadoff double is wasted. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. 6 strong for Sabathia. We go to the 7th. Yankees up 4-2. for Star Wars night. There'll be a special Star Wars theme throughout the night and appearances by some of your favorite Star Wars characters. In addition, the first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a special Darth Vader Yankees knit cap. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Cadillac scoreboard shows the Yankees up 4-2. CeCe and Sanchez having some fun. When you're up 2, you could have some fun. As we go to the 7th inning, Torreyes swings at the first pitch and grounds it foul. It'll be Torreyes, Gardner, and Hicks for the Yankees in the 7th against Sale.
Yankees have 6 hits, 4 of them for extra bases tonight. 2 doubles, 2 home runs.
Four runs allowed tonight, 3 in his previous 3 starts against the Yankees this season. Line down the left field line, foul. Not much room there to be fouled, but it found it.
Is that the second time Torreyes has done that tonight?
Remarkable.
Wow. A 2 feet foul. If I can reach it, I'm going to swing at it.
You need a step ladder. Unique stance.
And he goes down on strikes. On his 100th pitch of the night.
Reyes always starts with his bat in the middle of his body, then goes back and then forward, and you can see way out in front of that slider. And Chris Sale really is fortunate. He's given up 2 home runs tonight. Almost gave up 3. It's Tyler Austin with a couple good swings.
He hasn't given up 3 in a game this year. He's given up 2 a few times, but never 3.
And on the Yankee side, you have to be thrilled with CeCe Sabathia's performance tonight. From thinking about retirement, walking off injured, to right back, and maybe one of the better games he's thrown all year. In terms of sharpness, he really looked good tonight. 93 miles an hour on the top end, razor blade sliders, good changeups. He brought his A game tonight, did CeCe Sabathia.
Warren continues to throw in the Yankee bullpen. It might lead you to believe he could be coming in.
For Sale, the 4 earned runs and 2 homers, most he's ever allowed in a game against the Yankees. And we mentioned coming into this one, lifetime 1.18 ERA against the Yankees. 1-2.
Anybody warming up in the Red Sox bullpen tonight? Good chance we saw them last night. What are you, 7, 8 pitchers out of the bullpen?
Yeah, the only one they didn't use was Abad.
Yeah.
Aaron Hicks is on deck. Pitch is high. Grounded, right side and through, a base hit.
And for Gardner, now with a 30 multi-hit games this year.
Sign up for that against Chris Sale, his second hit of the night.
Gardy had, 3 hits last night, 2 tonight. It's 5 in 2 nights here.
So that'll bring up Hicks. Doubled off the Green Monster his last time up. He is 1 for 3. And that double broke an 0 for 13 slide. A strike.
He took the first pitch like he was looking for something else, and it was a fastball. This one, I don't know so much as he was looking for something else, but it was a fastball that up at the top of the zone. Maybe he thought it was a ball. And as a pitcher, when hitters take pitches that are almost right down the middle, you got to think, what was he looking for that he didn't swing at that?
Yeah, the first one was the one, right? You know, you can understand that one. That ball up and in, almost out of the strike zone. That's a tough one to hit. That's a good take, not swinging at that second pitch.
One and two.
You could speak to that better, Kitty, but I would imagine the hardest pitch is a really good fastball up and in. You have to be so much quicker to get to it and get the barrel of the bat on it.
You do, and that's why you know, pitchers sometimes with 2 strikes, they like to crowd you. I like the ball out over the plate if I could get it.
It's almost like you have to be looking for that pitch and cheat to get to it.
Season high 118 pitches in a game. He's at 111 right now with 1 out in the 7th. The average is just under 110. One, two. Swing and a miss.
And you saw before the pitch, you saw Leon flash the 3 fingers. That's usually the changeup. And it was an off-speed pitch. After all those hard fastballs way out in front.
And here's Aaron Judge. 0 for 2 with a walk. Aaron has 7 hits in his last 42 at bats.
A little late, fouled it back. Good swing, but a lot of fastballs lately. Got to quicken up the hands. It's not so much how hard you swing, it's how quickly you can swing the bat.
And a fake throw toward first chases Gardner back. Foul back, 0-2.
Love that shot, you know, of Sale, kind of that quick throw over. Great camera shot there of Gardner looking right at the runner. The intimacy of Fenway. Look at all the heads in the picture in the background. I mean, talk about squeezing So many people in such an intimate ballpark. On their feet now with 2 strikes, trying to get Sale through this inning.
This will be pitch 115. And the 0-2. Fouled away again.
A little quicker on that one. The only way Sale throws him an off-speed pitch like the changeup that he got Hicks, it's going to be a ball. It's going to rely slowly on just exclusively on the change of speeds. It's not going to be a strike. And there it was. Just trying to get him to chase one out of the zone. Now let's see if he goes back to a high fastball.
It's a really good 0-2 pitch right there, right on top of home plate.
It was. You got to think along with these guys, though. Sometimes you're right.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes. And Sale rings up 3 strikeouts this inning as the Yankees strand 1. Time for the stretch in Boston. 4-2 Yanks. Nissan dealer. 4-7-0 Yanks. 2-4-2 for the Red Sox. Sabathia 6 strong, 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts. Chris Sale, well, he's Chris Sale, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 9 strikeouts. So for Chris Sale, that's getting to him. Tyler Austin got to him a 3-run home run, and Todd Frazier a green monster shot, just settling into the first row over the green monster to make it 4-2. Now the Yankees go to the bullpen. Adam Warren will take over for Sabathia.
Great numbers for Adam Warren, just 28 hits in 52 innings. Well, the one at the bottom, though, they're hitting 156 against him.
Yeah, overall solid. Little DL stint, a little blip in the road this year was about it. For his last 24 games, just 2 earned runs, an 0.65 ERA for Warren, coming in rolling.
And the pitch to Bogarts is a strike. Cadillac scoreboard, 4-2 Yankees over the Red Sox. Swing and a miss.
Adam Warren's signature pitch, that slider down and away. He can hit the corner with it. He can also miss the corner with it if he wants to.
Did he go? No, he did not. That strikeout of Judge for Sale was his 250th strikeout of the season. And this is just his 25th start.
Yeah, David and I were talking about before the game. Now, Sale already has the White Sox record for strikeouts in a season. I think it was 274 about 3 years ago.
Swing and a miss. Bogart's down on strikes.
But for him to get the Red Sox strikeout record, he's going to have to go some. He's got, 63 to go. It's Pedro Martinez in 1999 struck out 313 hitters. That's the slider we were talking about.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there from Adam Warren. Perfectly executed.
Well, the 250 in 25 games. He now joins Randy Johnson and Pedro Martinez as the only pitchers to do that in 25 or fewer games.
Yeah, that's the key, the rate of strikeouts that Sale has and what he's going to have to get to 300. So it's so difficult to get to 300 strikeouts. Very exclusive club and much more difficult to get to nowadays because of the limit on starts and innings pitched. Last start, Steve Carlton was, I think in 1980, was the last guy to pitch 300 innings. And strike out over 300 batters. There's no way there's going to be a pitcher nowadays allowed to pitch 300 innings. More like 2 1/4.
So David Robertson would be next, which would lead you that Dellin Betances would pitch the 9th. Tonight is the first night of closer by committee. Fouled away.
Pedro was at the ballpark tonight. He was here last night as well. Walked out to the mound with a group of youngsters and got a major ovation, more than any other of the former Red Sox.
Driven deep to right center field. Gone. A home run for Devers. Just over the triangle into the seats. And it's 4-3 Yankees. This kid can play a little bit.
Yes, he can.
Aggressive 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Adam Warren. And at this point, Devers has proved he can hit a fastball. He's turned around and rolled his Chapman's fastball. That one leaked down and in just a bit for Warren, trying to come in and ricochet off the wall in the triangle. Just a laser.
It might not be a homer. I wonder if the Yankees are having him look at this. Yeah. Does it have to hit on the other side of the line to be a home run? One of the many ground rules here with all the angles here at Fenway Park. They're going to look at it again. I was going to say, though, that Devers has played in 20 major league games. He's had a hit in 17 of them. Now you can see definitely this ball hits on the left side of the yellow line.
Oh, man. It's 108.4 miles an hour off of Devers' bat, and it traveled 433 feet. So if that's ruled a ground rule double, well, that's got to break a record.
This is a crew chief review. It's hard to really fault an umpire. You can't get out there that fast. That was a laser. How could he call that for sure? So let's see if New York turns it over and makes it a double.
Only at Fenway. Talk about nooks and crannies.
And they gave him a home run.
Well, once again, you can see this definitely hits on the left side of the line.
We'll have to wait till after the game to get an explanation.
So why would they be looking at it then? It clearly was on the left side of the line.
Good question. We've got to go to the ground rules.
Two and 0 on Leon. Strike. And Robertson's ready. Two and two.
Nice changeup. Adam Warren, a reliever that has multiple weapons. He's got starter stuff. That's one reason why the Yankees, the last few spring trainings, come to spring training ready to start. But he's been so valuable in the pen.
Ripped down the right field line, foul.
No, we're scrambling for ground rules here, Mike. I know. I mean, still mystified by that. Maybe because it ricocheted into, the stands, possibly, the ruling. Maybe if it hits on the left side of the line, it's got to be on the field of play when it ricochets.
Then why is there a line there at all?
Swing and a miss. It gets by Sanchez, scrambles after it, makes the throw to first. And I guess the only answer to that, Kenny, is if it hits it on a fly to the right of the line and bounces onto the field, it's a home run. And if it hits to the left of the line and doesn't go into the seats, then it's in play. Well, that is going to do it for Adam Warren, as Girardi is going to call on David Robertson. Warren gives up the home run. We've got a tight one here at Fenway, 4-3. Yankees lead. striking left of the line in right center field and bounding into the bullpen, or in this case the seats, is a home run. So it did go to the left of the line, but it didn't matter because it bounded into the seats, and that made it a home run for Rafael Devers. So Girardi now goes to Robertson with 2 outs in the 7th to face Jackie Bradley Jr. Still bringing in a righty to face a lefty. We'll find out after the game why Joe made this particular move.
You got to prepare when you come here to Fenway. You never know what's going to happen.
No.
Twitter's all over it. They've got the ground rules up in my feed just like that.
Hit sharply and backhanded by Torreyes. So 1 pitch for Robertson. He gets Bradley, and that will do it. But a run on the Devers home run, and we go to the 8th inning. Yankees lead the Red Sox 4-3. Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Buick. Visit TriStateBuick.com for great lease offers. By People's United Wealth Management, ready to help you set tomorrow in motion. And by your Tri-Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Tri-Honda dealer for great deals on the 2017 models. Beautiful night in Boston, and we've got a good game. And the Red Sox have a pretty good young player in Rafael Devers, who hit a home run to pull them to within 1. Yankees up 4-3. Left of the line, goes into the stands, a home run. Hyundai scoreboard 4-3, Yankees lead. And Sanchez swings at the Barnes offering. 0-1, so Matt Barnes takes over for Chris Sale. So Chris Sale now has faced the Yankees 4 times this year and has not picked up a win. Those are the numbers on Barnes.
Saw Barnes last night, gave up 2 runs in 2/3 of an inning, along with 4 hits.
Should send out birthday wishes to the great Bobby Richardson, 82 years old today, and you will not meet a finer gentleman. Just a great guy and was an outstanding Yankee. Happy birthday, Bobby Richardson.
World Series MVP.
Pitch is high.
Drove in 12 runs against the Pittsburgh Pirates in a series that the Yankees lost, and he's the only player ever to get the MVP on a losing team.
1-2.
He and Tony Kubek were a great double play combination.
Two classy guys, too.
Grounded in the hole. Backhanded by Bogart. Fires the first. And they get him. Sanchez signaling safe, but first base umpire Lance Barksdale set out.
Yankees are thinking about looking at this one again. We can see the throw across the diamond. The key for Bogarts, he got rid of the ball quickly. Ooh. Sanchez calls himself safe. Wow.
Sanchez standing halfway between home plate and first. Now the Yankees are not challenging, so Sanchez will jog off.
Yeah, I think that's it. Too close to overturn.
Yes, the call on the field matters, right?
No. Bogarts got rid of that immediately. Here's a look at Bogarts. Devers can't get to it. Bogarts unloads. Like he's being chased by a defensive tackle.
Some arm strength.
This an easier play. 2 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. And here is Gregorius. We're in the 8th. Yankees lead 4-3.
Didi with a couple more hits tonight. He leads the Yankees in multi-hit games. That's the lifeblood of a 300 hitter. Those multi-hit games. That's why he's at 310. 2 for 3 tonight. 38 multi-hit games.
Check the swing with the third base umpire. Dan Iasone said he went around.
I say yay.
Yeah, I say he went too.
What you say, Fuzzy Britches?
I say yay.
It's unanimous.
I got to get a Shawshank Redemption reference in there sometime. You know.
Ground ball, another base hit for Didi. He's 3 for 4.
0-2 pitch. Hanging breaking ball.
Didi is uber aggressive. I mean, when you get him 2 strikes and you throw a breaking ball, if it's not in the dirt, he's going to put a swing on it. Takes advantage right there. Didi is a swinger. He's not looking to walk.
Here's Todd Frazier. 1 for 2, hit by a pitch, 2 runs scored, a home run his last time up. And that one gets away from Leon. And scooting to second is Gregorius.
Should be a wild pitch. Frazier took Barnes deep last night. Yep, it does hit the dirt.
It's a tough one because it's more of a fastball or a little cut fastball, so catchers don't anticipate those in the dirt. They don't have time to get into block mode. Anytime you really look for catchers to get down into full block mode or on off-speed pitches, generally speaking.
Frazier 1 for 3 against Barnes, the one a home run. Grounded to short, backhanded. The throw is in the dirt, scooped up by Ramirez for the final out. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. Let's go to the 8th inning. Yankees lead by 1. The set with the Sox. Start your game day at 12:30 with Audi batting practice today and a Chevy Yankees pregame. Then we'll have all the action of the series finale. It's the rubber game right here on Yes and streaming on Fox Sports Go. And here are the starters. Sonny Gray will go for the Yankees against the reigning Cy Young Award winner, Rick Porcello, not having as good a year, 7-14. Our coverage begins at 12:30. Game time's right around 1:30. So Robertson, 1 pitch, 1 out in the 7th. And now he starts the 8th, top of the order. Nunez, pitch outside. Nunez 0 for 3 tonight. Hyundai scoreboard 4-3. The Yankees lead. Popped up behind the plate. And it's out of play.
Hembree had warmed up earlier, so it's not going to take him much time to get ready to come in a game again. It looks like he'll be coming in next inning.
(3-1). High fly ball, left field, foul ball into the upper deck.
Well, sometimes a hitter knows when he's been a little too quick, and Nunez doing his best Carlton Fisk imitation, but that's going to be foul.
$1975. Remember it like it was yesterday, right?
Great World Series.
3-2. Grounded to third. Frazier gets Nunez. One away.
Nice comeback by David Robertson after falling behind on the count to get the leadoff hitter out. Oh, this is, man, we've got everything in the truck. We're going back to 1975. This is Carlton Fisk against the Cincinnati Reds. It hits the pole, and it's now known as the Fisk pole in left field. And watch him try and keep it fair. He does. Red Sox won that game, but Cincinnati won the 7th game, and they won the World Series.
All right, cue up Bucky Dent now. Let's go. 2 for 1.
Now the story of that iconic shot of following Fisk down the line, and David calls for it, and here it is.
These guys are amazing. Medvin's unbelievable. He's a wizard down there.
Yastrzemski will not get it. Home run.
Got something for Babe Ruth down there?
Can't challenge these guys. They just they'll come right on you.
Now that's the camera, although that's a robotic. Back in the day it wasn't, and that's the camera that followed Carlton Fisk up the first baseline, and it really wasn't supposed to. The cameraman looked down at his feet, and there was a rat the size of a little tiny pony, and he just kept moving the camera away to get away from the rat, and it just luckily followed Fisk up the line.
Did the rat get an Emmy too?
I'm calling eyewash on that story.
1-2. 2-2. And that's the robotic camera on the wall, the shot that it gives you. Strike 3. Betts down looking.
That's the beauty of having a good breaking ball, because you can sneak a fastball by a right-handed hitter every once in a while. He thinks it's going to break away and out of the zone. That one holds the line, and David Robertson's reaction tells you that was a well-placed fastball. Mookie Betts caught looking.
Little baby cut on that fastball at 93. Just a blade.
And here's the dangerous Benintendi. Bottom of the 8th inning, Yankees lead 4-3. Did he go? Yes, he did.
From the side, turnabout's fair play. Even Fuzzy Britches says yes on that one.
Quickly down, 0-2 is Benintendi. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. He gets away from Sanchez, and Benintendi will reach.
Well, the whole intent was to bury a breaking ball in the dirt, try and get him to swing at it, but you got to be able to block it too. And this is off the forearm. Benintendi realizes that ball got away, and now he's going to head for first base. He gets far enough away that he can make it.
I wouldn't be too quick to jump on Gary Sanchez. That was a wicked breaking ball that ricocheted off of him. The degree of difficulty very high on that one.
And here's Hanley Ramirez. Line drive, left field. It's a base hit. Cutting over is Gardner. Benintendi heading to third. They're going to hold him up as the throw comes into Didi. So it's a double for Ramirez. And the Red Sox have runners on second and third and 2 men out.
Gardner did a good job of getting that ball before it got to the wall. He circled it, got in front of it, and got it back in. Benintendi could not score from first base. That looked like a little cutter that hung up a little bit. And Ramirez lines it towards the corner, but Gardner's quick. That ball was not hit on the sweet spot of the bat, off the far end of the bat, and that's why it didn't really have that drive into the wall.
Yeah, that was an easy read for Brian Butterfield.
Moreland is going to pinch hit for Young, and here comes Joe Girardi to talk with Robertson. I guess the question is, do you want to intentionally walk him and pitch to Bogaerts? What would you do, David?
I'm always reluctant to walk the bases loaded because you put a lot of pressure on the pitcher, especially if he falls behind. You know, with a guy like David Robertson, who's a veteran, I would trust his judgment.
Well, Moreland has faced Robertson 7 times, and he's picked up 3 hits, and Bogaerts is 1 for 5. This is last night against Canely.
Third changeup in a row, and it was the worst of the 3. On an 0-2 pitch, Moreland came through with a base hit.
And the Yankees decide to intentionally walk Moreland. So that loads the bases and will bring up Xander Bogaerts.
I think Girardi did the right thing in discussing with David Robertson first before just making the call.
Sellout crowd getting loud. Many standing. Bases loaded. Yankees holding on to a 1-run lead. Bottom of the 8th. Robertson against Bogaerts. Breaking ball strike 0-1.
Coming in the front door.
One thing we've noticed over the years, Bogaerts is very quick on inside pitches.
The 0-1. 0-2.
Nasty breaking ball away.
After coming on the inside corner, this one looking like on the outside corner and then disappearing. Looks like he's talking to Sanchez about where he's setting up.
And he steps off.
With a sharp breaking ball like Robertson possesses, sometimes you don't want your catcher moving in and out.
And the 0-2. He struck him out. 3 nasty pitches by Robertson to get out of trouble. No runs, a hit, and the bases are left loaded. This is filthy, striking out Bogaerts and keeping the lead as the Yankees head to the 9th up 1.
Last night, if you're going to throw 3 pitches of the same type in a row, each one has to be better than the last one. That's good. This one's better. And the strikeout pitch is the best of the 3. And he strikes him out. A tough hitter to strike out. Bogarts does not go down swinging very often. Tough hitter with 2 strikes. The 3rd breaking ball was the best one, and it put him away.
So he strikes out 3 in that inning, gets 4 outs because of the strikeout and the wild pitch that kind of got the inning going for the Red Sox. They choose to walk Moreland. That turned out to be the right call as he strikes out Bogarts, and now Heath Hembree will come on for the Red Sox, their 3rd pitcher, and he'll face Austin, Torreyes, and Gardner, 8, 9, and 1 in the Yankees order. Austin is 1 for 3, a 3-run home run in the 2nd. Pitch outside from Hembree. Yankees 4 runs on 8 hits. The Red Sox 3 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors. And Dylan Betances will try to close this out in the bottom of the 9th. One and one.
Was a real natural emotion from D-Rob right there. Some excitement.
That's the sort of thing can pump up a whole team.
He goes around 1 and 2.
Yeah, David, you were talking about how Todd Frazier likes the ball down. He hits it very well. I think Tyler Austin, he likes the ball up a little bit more, and he hits that one well. That fastball that he hit from Chris Sale. You know, there's some guys that we can't hit that. I mean, an up and in fastball. He turned on it like he called for it himself.
2 and 2 on Tyler Austin. Ripped into left center field. It's a base hit. It'll split the outfielders and go to the wall. And Austin has himself a leadoff double. What a night for Tyler Austin.
He had 2 hits the other night.
He's swinging it right now.
You know, that pitch was up a little more. And he roped it. No doubt. All his time in the minor leagues this year, he hit 300. Round in first, and you know he's headed towards Nunez. The helmet came off.
I was just thinking the same thing. In honor of Edwin Nunez's helmet.
Well, they take him out of the game, the Yankees do, because they put in Jacoby Ellsbury to pinch run.
Fans are booing.
There we go.
It's Austin's first double of the year.
So Ellsbury pinch runs, and that brings up Torreyes. Will the Yankees play small ball, bunt him over to 3rd base to get that extra run?
Well, Torreyes is an accomplished bunter.
And they throw through, and Ellsbury just gets back.
You know, one of the dangers when you're running at 2nd and you know the bunt is on, you're trying to get a good jump off the bag, and when a hitter bunts through it, sometimes you have that extra step towards 3rd and makes it harder for you to get back. And of course, Leon recognizes that, tries to pick Ellsbury off at 2nd.
Well, the umps say that Torreyes did not offer, so it's 1-0.
It looks like he did bring the bat back.
Ramirez in on the grass at 3rd. Devers on the lip. And that is bunted to Ramirez. A good bunt as Ellsbury moves to 3rd. The sacrifice successful, 3-4.
And with that sacrifice, Torreyes takes over the team lead in that category. That's his 5th of the year. He was tied with Brett Gardner with 4 apiece. Both of them good bunters. Look how close they are. And look how much he deads. This ball barely gets to the grass. Nice touch by Torreyes.
Well, John Farrell is going to go to the bullpen as Heath Hembree departs. Farrell's looking for a strikeout with a runner on 3rd. Brett Gardner due up. mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Yankees baseball on Yes with you wherever you go. Here's Robbie Scott, one of the two left-handers in the bullpen. This will be his 46th game, but just 29 innings in the previous 45. So he's matching up against lefties, and that's why they bring him in with Brett Gardner up and a runner at third base. That run means a lot. Remember, Betances done a good job closing, but the Red Sox have heard him before with the stolen base, so we'd like to have a 2-run lead, so he has a little wiggle room. Red Sox bring the infield in for Gardner. Already has 2 hits. He's 0 for 5 against Scott lifetime.
Good speed at third. Good bunter at the plate. Would they think about it?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. A tough lefty to bunt off of with that sweeping slider.
Low. 1-0.
Scott faced Gardner last night, and he walked him. That was Joe Espada flashing his signs. And sometimes when you see a third base coach walk over and give a verbal sign to a runner, he might be saying there's nothing on here.
Well, this is when we were in commercial. This little conference took place with Girardi, Espada, and Ellsbury. So far, nothing doing. 2-0.
Try to look for a fastball count.
Yeah, you want the pitcher to throw a strike so you can get the bunt down.
There's a strike. Sellout crowd 37,274 here at Fenway.
Now, one reason they might not put it on because Gardner's been swinging a good bat. I mean, he has 5 hits in the first 2 games here. Might let him just drive the run in himself.
This would be the pitch if you're going to do it right here. 2-1 count.
Three and 1.
That would have been tough to bunt. You don't want him to bunt through it and miss, and all of a sudden Ellsbury's hung up.
You're always looking for a sign from Gardner that he got the sign. Something different, you know, pop your cleats. He's got to acknowledge that if indeed the squeeze is on, that he would give the sign back that he got it.
Sometimes you touch your helmet.
Swing and a miss. 3-2.
Sweeping slider.
Red Sox again infield in. Scott on to face Gardner. And the lefty deals. Grounded right to Devers. Here comes Ellsbury. Here's the throw, and Ellsbury's out. So Ellsbury was going on contact, and Devers made a throw to Leon, who tagged him out in plenty of time. Gardner reaches on the fielder's choice.
One reason why Devers is over towards the line, even with a left-handed hitter, is because he's trying to keep Ellsbury close at third base.
He would have tagged Ellsbury out probably if he tried to go back. Ellsbury had no choice. Good job by Gardner, slashing swing, just getting contact, but almost right down the line here. And you see here, Ellsbury's got such a big lead. Devers would tag him out. No choice. Ellsbury's got to go. Now maybe he could have gotten to a little bit of a rundown to give Gardner a chance to get the second here.
That's what he was thinking before he lost his feet. So Farrell goes to the bullpen again with Hicks due up, runner at third, now 2 outs. Postgame as Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry are back in the studio with highlights, analysis, and scores from around the league. Plus, Meredith Marakovitz gets reaction from the clubhouse. It's only on Yes. This one far from over, 4-3. 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Yankees lead, and Joe Kelly comes on to try to get Aaron Hicks. Those are Kelly's numbers. Hicks 1 for 4 tonight. Batting from the left side against the righty Kelly. Gardner leads off first, held by Hanley Ramirez. And the pitch. Fastball up and away, 1-0.
You might be wondering out there, why did John Farrell go to a right-hander after Scott had gotten a hitter out? Well, he knows that Hicks is a little switch hitter. I think he's playing to the ballpark. He doesn't want Hicks hitting a lazy fly ball off the wall. And maybe Gardner scoring. So he's going to send him up there left-handed.
The 1-0. 2-0. On deck is Judge. Fastball fouled away, 98 miles an hour. Two and 1.
Pretty good 2-0 swing there. Pitching's all about mystery. Anytime you can take the mystery out and the hitter knows what's coming, it's a big advantage.
Sure, you increase the odds of for a hitter thinking about one pitch. Gardner should be thinking about going here. And Joe Kelly thinking along the same way. Kelly throws hard. The ball's going to get to home plate quickly.
Strong throw to first. Gardner just gets back.
Sometimes the degree of difficulty of the runner to get back will tell you that he's really thinking about going. And that was a close play. That was closer than the last one. I bet Gardner didn't think he would throw for 2 times in a row, but he did.
And that one gets thrown into foul territory, and Gardner will scoot to second.
E1. Well, Gardner didn't have to worry about stealing. Joe Kelly helped him out. We told you he throws hard.
That wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't. Ramirez had no chance.
That's behind Gardner even. Sometimes you'll see a pitcher hit the runner. This is behind him. Ramirez can't even offer at it.
He can chase it though.
That's the 3rd error for the Red Sox tonight. So the Yankees have another runner in scoring position and a 2-1 count on Hicks. Kelly deals. Off speed there, 2-2, as Hicks was way out in front.
Really good pitch. Kind of sitting up there and then just drops.
Looked like it was off the outside corner for a ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Runner on second, and the pitch is high, 3-2.
And I'm looking at Mookie Betts in right field, and he is very shallow. He wants to have a chance to throw out Gardner at the plate if there's a base hit in his direction. But anything hit well in that direction, he's not going to get.
Yankees 1 for 5 runners in scoring position tonight, 2 for 16 in the first 2 games of this series. They lead 4-3. Gardner leads off second. And the pitch. And a walk to Hicks, and that'll bring up Judge. So the Yankees have runners on first and second, 2 men out, and Aaron Judge comes to the plate. Judge is 0 for 3 tonight with a walk, 2 strikeouts. Dellin Betances just standing and watching. He's ready in the Yankee bullpen, ready to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning and waiting to see how many runs he has to protect. Kelly against Judge. The thin right-hander sets and deals. Foul back. And the 0-1. 0-2.
Well, you talk about the high fastball up at the mask and from the side. Right at the letters, maybe just a tad below.
The 0-2. 1-2. Brett Gardner at second. Aaron Hicks at first, so good speed on the bases for the Yankees. Top of the 9th inning as the Yankees lead by 1, 4-3. And the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Blew a fastball right by him, and that'll do it in the 9th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. How will the new Yankee bullpen fare? We'll find out. New York City FC is surging towards a top playoff spot. Tomorrow, the boys in blue are back in the Bronx to battle the New England Revolution. Coverage begins at 6, presented by Etihad Airways. Right here on Yes, and streaming live on Fox Sports Go NYCFC currently in second place in the Eastern Conference behind Toronto FC. Well, this is usually, and has been for his whole career as a reliever, this is a spot for Aroldis Chapman. But today he was called into Joe Girardi's office and said, we're not going to close with you right now. We'll use you other times in the game, but we're going to close by committee. And that committee today is Dellin Betances, as he will face the bottom third of the order. And boy, what a matchup here, holding a one-run lead against a guy who's never seen a fastball he doesn't like, Rafael Devers. So we'll see how Betances handles this role as a closer tonight. Devers 2 for 3. Betances deals, and he deals him a breaking ball strike. Now, the one thing with Betances you worry about is the fact that if somebody gets on base, you can steal on him. And when you're closing, that run is oh so big, and with a one-run lead, well, that's obvious. So he jumps up ahead in the count, 0-2. Yankees have 22 blown saves, which is tied for the most in Major League Baseball with Seattle. The Red Sox have 9 walk-off wins, tied for second most in Major League Baseball with Oakland. Dodgers have the most with 10. Strike 3, Devers down looking, 1 away.
3 pitches and he's gone. Good breaking ball for a strike. Fastball up around 100 for a strike. They fouled back, and then he drops this one on you. The dude drop in.
You know how good is Betances' breaking ball? That's right down the middle.
Yeah.
And Devers just cannot pick it up. High quality.
Well, in his last 18 appearances, he's been money. 18 2/3, 8 hits, 1 run, 28 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Here's Sandy Leon. He could not hold up on the breaking ball, 0-1. Yankees lost a heartbreaker last night, trying to put this one away to even the series of the game apiece. The 0-1. 0-2, throwing nothing but strikes.
Dropped it over the outside corner at the knees.
Leon is 0 for 3 tonight with an RBI ground out. And the pitch. Misses inside with the fastball, 1-2. Both Betances and Robertson said today they're ready to close whenever called upon. Robertson got 4 big outs in this game. They're asking Betances to get the final 3. 1-2. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 9th. Yankees leading 4-3. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, and it gets away from Sanchez. And Leon reaches.
Second time this has happened tonight. And hits him almost in the same spot, right on the forearm, and the ball heads in the same direction as it did the first time.
It's a little late getting into the block position on that one.
And Brock Holt is going to pinch run for Leon. So 2 strikeouts in the last 2 innings where the base runner reached. Jackie Bradley Jr. takes a breaking ball outside, 1-0. So Betances fakes the throw over to first. He's 0 for 9. Bradley is against Betances with 6 strikeouts. Missed outside. 2-0. And Sanchez wants to talk. Sometimes we've seen this, David, where Betances changes with a runner on base. Maybe his concentration is split.
Absolutely. You know, the base runner is a distraction without a doubt, and Betances is trying to speed up his delivery a little bit. We've seen Betances work on this all year long and get progressively better. It's not the easiest thing to do, to change your leg kick. Try to give Sanchez a chance if Holt goes.
And when Betances had that real bad streak, a lot of it was blamed on his release point was fouled up because he was speeding himself up when people were on base and then couldn't find his normal release point. Runner goes, pitches high, throw to second, got him! Oh, what a throw by Sanchez!
Well, he got on because of the wild pitch and strikeout, but Sanchez, if he didn't block that one, he made up for it here. It's one thing he can do. He can throw. He can step right into this one. A good pitch to throw on, and he lays it right on the bag. And Holt is tagged out. That wasn't even close.
That was all Sanchez. That was a rocket.
And there's a strike, 3-1.
High leg kick, breaking ball. Sanchez threw that pitch. I tell you what, I want to see the metrics on that. That's 95 miles an hour plus coming out of Sanchez's arm.
Breaking ball, and the Red Sox are down to their final strike.
That's just a laser. Sanchez pumped.
3-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning, 4-3 Yankees. Betances deals, popped up. Coming in is Gardner. He makes the play, and the Yankees win 4-3. Betances closes it out, and the Yankees have evened the series at a game apiece. So the newly configured bullpen does the job tonight. Robertson